All right, greetings, aviators and aviation fans. This is Mike, the Chili Dog pilot. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's already March. It's hard to believe 2026 is moving so fast. The downside of that is I have not gotten a lot of flying in. As I mentioned in a previous video, I had been traveling quite a bit for work. A lot of trips out to the West Coast. So kind of 3 trips in a row. The first one to San Francisco, then turned around, went back to San Diego for a meeting, and then came back to another week in San Francisco, which actually spilled over into a Saturday, which is not usual for me. So anyway, wanted to just take the Tomahawk out for a little bit of a flight today, just to get its engine moving and stretch its wings. I've noticed the battery's acting a little bit weird. I'm not always getting a charge on it, so looks like that might be the next maintenance thing coming up here. It can also just be a factor of it being super cold. I think right now the outside air temperature is a balmy, I think 20 degrees, well 12 degrees at altitude here, so it's been a cold day. So we had a warm snap, I guess, about a week ago. I think in Philly the weather got close to 80 degrees one day. It felt like an early spring, and then all that has since disappeared, and we got another cold front coming through. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to do, I didn't have a lot to do from a aviation standpoint, but I took a little bit of a side trip while I was in San Diego with a few of my coworkers. We decided to go ahead and go out. Look at this, I got frost coming out of my mouth here because it's so cold. We decided to go out to El Centro Naval Air Station, which is about an hour 45 minutes from San Diego. And we went to go watch the Blue Angels. So for those of you who don't know, from the months of January to mid-March, the Blue Angels go out to El Centro, and that's where they do their winter training. So during that time, basically every year, it's a team of 6 demonstration pilots, and every year 3 of those pilots rotate in and out of the team. So basically you have half the team that is new. So anyways, they go to El Centro primarily because the weather there is phenomenally nice. It's a lot of sunshine, and so it gives them a great opportunity to do, I think, upwards of in the early parts up to 3 flights a day, and then kind of more towards the kind of the back half of that season, it's probably 2 flights a day. So we went out to watch one of the flights.
Helicopter on final gear 6, or El Centro.
So that was the cool part. The downside was it was a windy day that we were out there, so they ended up not practicing over the El Centro Naval Air Station. They went out to the bombing area. I guess I think it's called Shade Tree, but there's a practice area out in the desert as well. So we could see them practice off in the distance. However, the only thing we were able to capture is basically their takeoffs and their landings. But while we were waiting for them to come back, we were kind of entertained by a Navy Osprey that was practicing takeoffs and landings. So I'm going to cut real quick. I did take a little bit of video of that, so you can kind of see just some of the sights from El Centro. That being said, enjoy, and I'll talk some more after that.
Hurry! You're just gonna land one at a time. Nice.
Okay, hope you enjoyed those quick videos. That's what you get with amateur photographers who are just out there more than anything just to watch, you know, 6 blue planes fly. And like I said, while we didn't get to see kind of the practice air show that they would normally do this time of the season, we were able to, you know, watch them fly, you know, the approach and departures. So at least that part was kind of neat. And, you know, it's just amazing how much noise comes out of those F-18s. I'm gonna put in a link to a gentleman who I met out there, and actually I met him and knew all about this El Centro stuff, or got more details about El Centro just by watching his videos. So for the last, you know, probably decade or so, he goes out every winter and basically chronicles the winter training and tries to film as much of it as he can. You know, clearly he's been, you know, kind of an establishment there. The Blue Angels, you know, will often refer to him. His name's Mike. I believe his login on YouTube is MK Blues, but I'll put the link in. Check out his videos because you see some really cool videos of the training progression. And like I said, what I think is neat too is, you know, I've been kind of a fan of these demonstration teams since I was probably in 6th or 7th grade. You know, growing up in Arizona, you know, I was near at the time it was the Air Force training base, which was Williams Airfield, and so that's where the primary training was for the Air Force pilots. So every year we would get either the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels that come out there and perform. Across town from where I lived was also Luke Air Force Base, so many times I get to see both. One would do Luke and one would do Williams, so we'd get a chance to see both the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, you know, every year. So one of the cool things about watching them in winter training and watching Mike's videos is just seeing the progression of the team as they go from, you know, 3 new pilots on the team and just starting to get to come together as both a you know, as a diamond and as a solos, and then you know, eventually, you know, turning it into, you know, a full practice every day. So anyway, hope you enjoy that. Enjoy his video. It's kind of cool. It's different than what I normally capture in my videos, but I just wanted to share something different. Again, short video this week. Like I said, my big thing is I wanted to share the Blue Angels little snippet that we were able to get while on a business trip. Please continue to give me feedback. I appreciate those who have been commenting. You know, it helps me with developing content for you guys. I want to make sure that I am always, you know, providing stuff that's relevant to you guys or of interest. And, you know, as we get closer to spring and summer, you know, my goal is also to do more of the instrument flying, as you know, that risk of icing goes down quite a bit. So anyways, enjoy. I'm going to cut it off here. There may be some more video as we're flying around. And as always, you know, please like, share, and recommend, and hope to see you guys soon. Take care.